I tried to make this one funny. I would have liked to make it funnier, but it was tough. You know what I mean? Okay. Way back in the 60s, the year I'm not quite sure, I met Shimmie Ehrenreich at the Hotel Ambassador. Not one word passed between us. I was a shy and quiet kid. I was. And Shimmie was the owner's son who thought he was hot stuff. Now we jump to 76. We finally met again. Dovey called him Cuckoo, and we became best friends. You know he's in West Hempstead just because of me. And though Mal the mechanic made the sale, I'm still waiting for my fee. We share a sense of humor, perverted and distorted. And sometimes when you told a joke, I laughed until I snorted. Like after losing Tootsie, you told that football joke. When I repeated it to all our friends, they almost had a stroke. The years have come and gone since then. We've been through thick and thinner. We hung out many Friday nights on your way home from Shabbos dinner. Attended some events together. Some thought we were a couple. Those yentas need to get a life. They need to sober up. Then lightning struck. You met a girl, so smart, so strong and pretty. You told your friends she was the one when you were in Atlantic City. The good old International, there were 10 couples and you. You told them how you missed her. You were a sad and lonely Jew. Your single days were at an end, no longer fast and loose. And the night I met your Karen was the night you met my Bruce. And wonder of wonder, miracle of miracles, you asked Karen Trifus for her hand. Bertie and Fred were overjoyed. She wanted you and brought you into their promised land. Wonder of wonder, miracle of miracles, Karen had finally chose her man. Led him to think that he's the one who runs the show until she got her wedding band. Your wedding was spectacular. We all had so much fun. The bride looked like a princess and the groom second to none. Life settled in so nicely in your little house on Locust, and you quickly moved to Madison and both became more focused. And very soon thereafter, you two became a trio. In October 1990, you gave birth to Adam Leo. And not too long thereafter, you killed another rabbit. Your family was complete now. You gave birth to little Jared. Entrenched in our West Hempstead life, your family was growing. For Deanie, Fred, and Bertie, the nachas just kept flowing. Karen took an active role in our mitten sisterhood. Shimmie held offices in the shul, but nothing is ever good. Certain people at the bima turn his stomach into knots. He listens to them daven and we think he's going to plot. One Balkriya felt his wrath. Shimmie, it nearly was abuse. Have you heard of Tircha de Tzibura? Was the phrasing that he used. At Sunday morning baseball once, in the center field there stood a guy in total camouflage from his shoes up to his hood. Shimmie couldn't hold his tongue. You look like such a putz, said he. To which this guy replied, you wish you were as good looking as me. Meanwhile, Karen's running out of places she can hide, while Shimmie grows the list of stores where access is denied. Shimmie's banned from Warzone for the rest of his dear life, but Karen can still shop there till they find out she's his wife. Zamek frowns upon him too. Poor Karen and poor kiddies. He got into a fight online with two old Jewish biddies. Karen, on the other hand, is warm and kind and sweet. Not that Shimmie isn't all those things, she's just more discreet. The night that I met Karen, I knew we'd be great friends. And she's shown me through the years that her devotion never ends. You know that I met Bertie years and years before, and when I learned that she was Karen's mom, I nearly hit the floor. We have a special bond that we both hold close and dear. It keeps us tied together and will throughout the years. Sitting on my porch way back on Shabbos afternoon, Karen came a-walking by, and not a bit too soon. Seems each of us was in the dumps, not having a good day. We just sat and talked and cried till all our tears just washed away. Speaking of never having a fight with Shimmie, that wasn't one of those days. We have a special friendship. I don't know why that's so. She holds a place deep in my heart where no one else can go. And after all my surgeries, she always helped a bunch. She stayed with me so many days, she always brought me lunch. About 23 years ago, when Bruce and I were wed, my work friends threw a party that would make your face turn red. For Harriet and Karen, it was a little too much fun, so they hid out in the bathroom and came out when it was done. Yet she seems so innocent and sometimes even shy, but I love it when I see that little twinkle in her eye. She can be very devious and quite sarcastic too, but if you play your cards right, she won't be that way to you. They both are giving people involved in charities galore, helping out in our community and doing so much more. She visits, cooks, and drives, and those are just the things we know. And Shimmie does his part as well. They're always on the go. Shimmie's held down many jobs, but finally found his niche as executive director of Kahal, schnorring from the rich. And just about 6 years ago, they built their house of dreams, right opposite the rabbi and those lovely, lovely greens. Though Karen's not a Yenta, she has the greatest view up from Nassau Boulevard to Hempstead Avenue, which really is ironic because Karen's very private. While Shimmie loves the limelight, Karen's much more quiet. And if you're going to a simcha and you want to go together, know when Karen starts to say goodbye, it takes her near forever. It's so much fun to be with them. They really adore you. Just keep it in your mind, Mashiach might get home before you. They bought a house in Boynton Beach. They finally have caved. The one thing that would shock me more is if Shimmie finally shaved. We know they are great parents. The proof is sitting here. The boys turned out amazing, and it couldn't be more clear. They each have special qualities. You guys, not them. Their goodness never ends. They're respectful and they're loving. They both have tons of friends. For them, planning this party was really no small feat, and Cookie loved to torture them when you guys sat down to eat. Adam, Jared, can you talk? We're at the dinner table, but the Greens already knew that. You think they're just a bit unstable? You know, they gave me lots of fodder for this little poem. I gathered all their info, and then I took it home. Then Bruce chimed in to help me and put in his 2 cents. There was just so much I could have said, but tried hard to condense. I took out lots of good stuff, most of which I'll never tell, I promise. But if I'd ever write a book, boy, would that book sell. Well, most of us were there right from the very start, and 25 years later, I say this from my heart. Writing down this poem, Bruce and I agreed, you're really not just close friends, you are our family. We go back almost 40 years, our lives always entwined, hasn't always been a picnic, has not always been kind. But here we are together, celebrating life, rejoicing in your 25 years as husband and as wife. Your children stand as testament to who you really are. They're 2 outstanding, great young men who outshine the rest by far. Your parents and your siblings, your entire family, your closest friends all gathered here can very plainly see that 25 years later you're still very much in love and share so many blessings from Hashem above. We wish you all the best in life, peace and love and health, and pray that family and nachas are your greatest source of wealth. And one last thing I have to say to Shimmie before I sit. If you have a 60th party for your poem, this was it.
Well done.